Hello everyone, welcome back to TechTeach. In the last video, we explored different ways to create objects in JavaScript. Today, we'll put that knowledge into practice with a hands-on assignment. Here, we are creating a smart device object that represents different smart devices in home. Each device will have properties like device name, status, and will have a method like toggle status to control them. So, we'll create multiple smart devices and control them dynamically. Let's get started. Let's start with the most basic way of creating objects, using new object. This method is simple and useful when you need to create a single object with properties and methods. Let us create object. So let smart device equal to new object. This will create an empty object. Now we can assign properties and methods to it. So by using dot operator we can assign properties. Let's say device name equal to living room light. Next property we can assign is status. For now, let us make status as off, and now we'll add one method to this. So smart device dot, the method name is toggle status. So using function keyword, we are defining function here. Using this keyword we can change status of the current object. So this dot status is equal to, first we'll check if this dot status equal to off, then make it on, otherwise if it is on, make it off. And will display message in the console, will display status of the device. So this dot device name is now, and will display here its status. So this dot status. So this is our method. Now let us test this object. First we'll try to print the object. So console.log, and here we'll pass object name smart device. Let us call toggle status method on smart device, and we'll do same thing once again. So here first we have displayed that object in the console, and then we call toggle status twice. Let us check the output. So as you can see here, first we have printed the object. So here you can see device name, its status, and one function is there, and then we have called this function twice. Initially we have put status as off, so when we call toggle status for the first time, the status will get on, and when we call that function once again, now the status is off. So here we created an object using new object. It has device name, status, and method to toggle the state. Even if this works, if we want to create multiple devices like this, it would be repetitive. For each and every object we have to define properties. For each and every object we have to define a method. So let's move on to a better approach for this. Instead of manually defining each object, we can use Object.create. This allows us to create object based on prototype, meaning all devices can share common functionality without duplicating code. So here we have defined one prototype object which consists of one method. Again it is toggle status method and the code is same as previous. Now let us create devices using Object.create. Let AC be our first device and we'll use Object.create, and to this Object.create function will pass prototype of device, that is this object device prototype. Let us change device name to air conditioner. Let us assign some status to this. So initially let us make it on. Now we'll create one more object using Object.create, that is TV. Object.create, and here again we'll pass device prototype. Let us give it a name, device name equal to television, and TV dot status equal to off. Now it's time to call toggle status method. So we'll call toggle status on AC, and then we'll call toggle status on TV. So TV dot toggle status. So when we'll call this toggle status method, it will toggle the status. So if initial status is on, it will make it off, and if it is off, it will make it on. Let us check. So here you can see two messages, air condition is off and then television is on. So initial status of air conditioner was on, so it has made it off, and initial status of television is off, so it is now toggled. In this way we used Object.create to create multiple smart devices. Each device here will inherit the toggle status method from the prototype. This means we don't need to manually define the function inside each object. This is much cleaner than the previous one. Now let us see an even more structured approach. When we need to create multiple instances with more control, ES6 classes provide a better way. Let us see how we can implement this. So here we have created a class smart device. Inside this class we have a constructor. Here we have defined a class. Inside class, first we have defined one constructor, which is traditional way of defining object in object-oriented programming. To this constructor we have passed device name and status. This status is a default parameter with value off. And then we define one method, toggle status, again with the same code, which is toggling the status. Now let us create multiple objects using this class. First let us create a fan object. We'll use new keyword, and here to this constructor we can pass two parameters or one parameter, because second parameter is default. So here I'll pass one parameter as ceiling fan. So by default status of fan will be off. Now let us have one more object, const. This time we'll create heater, new smart device, and now here we'll pass device name, that is heater, and we can pass the status as on because we want to change it. Now let us test this object on toggle status method. So let us call toggle status first on fan, and then we'll call toggle status on heater. Let us run this program and see what happens. So as you can see in the output, it is toggling the status of ceiling fan and heater. This is how, using ES6 classes, we made the code scalable and reusable. Now we can create multiple smart devices with a single class. This is more efficient way to work with objects when scalability is a concern. And that's it. We successfully built a smart home device dashboard using different object creation methods in JavaScript. First, we used new object, which creates a single object. Then we used Object.create, which allows us to inherit methods from a prototype. And lastly, we use ES6 classes, which provide a scalable and structured way to create multiple objects. You can try this code by adding more devices or even a function to display all active devices in the home. Let me know your solutions in the comments. Thanks for watching.